it. And also how toning it is. I'm kind of surprised at how much I feel like it's making my legs stronger and, balancing on my legs. So I thought that we would do some of that tonight. So this is we have 2 more classes after this. So 2 more classes, and then our series is kind of going to wrap up. So thank you all for coming tonight. So good to see you guys. So we're going to get started sitting just like I'm sitting here in hero pose. Now, if that is a little bit uncomfortable, you can take your block and you can sit on it if you need a little bit more height there. Or you can just kind of feel your sit bones on your heels. So this is good to kind of stretch out the front of your legs and your knees a little bit. And from here, let's just go ahead and clasp our hands behind our back and just stretch out your shoulders a little bit. So just kind of roll your shoulders out. We're going to do some neck rolls. So let's go ahead and take our right ear to our right shoulder and just feel that stretch down the left side. Then go ahead and take your left ear to your left shoulder. And just move your head around so you can feel that stretch all the way down your neck. And go ahead and come back up to center. And let's intensify it just a little bit this time. So take your right hand and just gently kind of pull, or you don't even really have to pull, just a little bit of tension there. And if you want to intensify it, you can take your arm out a little bit, and you'll see how bringing your arm out can take that a little bit deeper. And then we'll do the other side. I've been at a computer all day, so this feels really good. That's good there. Okay, let's take your right arm and take it up and then place it behind your back, so your palm's on your back, and then you can pull on your elbow, and you can even lean a little bit so you can feel that stretch all the way down your side. And then to intensify that, if you want, you can take your left hand and clasp that right hand, so the behind your back looks like this. And then if that doesn't work for you, you can just stay where you were with your elbow behind. And again, just kind of move around and see where you need to be to feel that stretch all the way down the side. And let go and switch sides. So left hand. And you can either pull with your hand, take that right hand behind and clasp behind your back. And you can use a strap if that works as well, whatever you need to do. Lean to the side if that's what you did on the other side. And go ahead and let go. And then let's just take an easy twist to the right. Right hand's behind. And take your gaze down to the mat and your chin towards your right shoulder. And stretch that neck out just a little bit more. And then we'll just switch that. Right hand to left knee. Chin to left shoulder. Look, gazing down at the ground. All right, and then one more stretch to kind of stretch out our shoulders. Take your arms straight out. And then take your right arm underneath your left, and then either put your palms to palms or hook your right hand to your left palm. And if you have that bind, to make this a little more intense, you can raise your elbows up and then take your hands away from your face, and you'll feel how that stretch gets into the back of your neck. And then your gaze can come down a little bit. This is a great stretch for in between your shoulder blades. I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders and my traps, so that feels great. And let's switch. So left arm under this time. wrap, elbows up, hands away from your face. All right, and then we'll go ahead and let that go, and let's come to our hands and knees. And let's take a minute to kind of stretch out take your right foot back and just stretch that calf out, since we've been sitting in a way that we don't usually do very often. And then do that to the left side. Just press your foot to the ground and your calf back, stretching that calf out. That feels kind of good after doing that. So in cat and cow, your shoulders, your hands are directly under your shoulders. And we're going to inhale and let our belly hang and look up to the sky. And then we're going to exhale and round and press up in between your shoulders, rounding your back, tucking your tailbone. Inhale, let your belly drop, look up. Exhale, round. And then from here, we're going to start our first balance pose. So we're going to take our right leg back and lift it up, and then your left arm, so it's the opposite arms and legs. Your toes are going down to the ground, your leg is straight, and just breathe for a second. And then let's round and tuck it and touch your elbow to your knee, and then extend. Exhale, elbow to knee, extend, and one more time on that side. Extend, and then go ahead and place it down. So then we'll just repeat that on the other side. So you can go ahead and extend your left leg and your right arm. Your thumb is up towards the ceiling. You're trying to keep your leg level with the ground. And then you can go ahead and tuck it and touch your elbow to your knee and extend. And elbow to knee, extend, and elbow to knee, extend. So even here, and then you place that down, even here we're kind of working on some balance, because it takes a little strength to balance on one hand and one knee. So let's do that. Well, let's take our right leg back and keep your left knee on the ground, and then open your chest and your right arm up to the ceiling, and you can look up to the ceiling. So this is gate pose. And if you feel pretty steady here, you can go ahead and start to lift that leg and balance that leg. And just kind of play around with that and see if that feels hard. And if you've got that and that's okay, then you can reach back and you can pull on your foot and do a quad stretch. Keeping your chest open, stretching through that quad, and then exhale out, and then go ahead and let it down. And we'll try the other side. So left leg back this time. Spin to where your right palm's on the ground and your left hand is up to the sky. And you can either stay here if that is hard enough to balance, or you can raise that left leg and balance here. And then if you want to add on, you can reach back and grasp that left foot with your left hand and stretch into that quad. And then go ahead and extend back and then come back to the ground. All right. So from here, let's press up into our first down dog. So make your hands like starfish hands. Make sure that you're spreading your fingers really wide, and then press into your feet and press your bottom up to the sky. So you're in an upside down V shape here. And your heels are coming down towards the mat. Your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Pressing your butt up to the sky, your back should be flat. And just taking big, deep breaths here. Let that head hang in between your arms. Just relax your neck. And then take an inhale and just slowly start to walk up towards your hands. Just take your time here. And then from here, I just want to hang in this forward fold for a second. So just let your clasp your arms. You can put one hand in each elbow crease. And then just let your head completely dangle. And think about taking your weight a little bit forward while you're pressing your tailbone up to the sky. And you can just kind of sway side to side, stretching out those hamstrings. Taking a big deep breath and letting it go. And then go ahead and inhale, and from here, we're just gonna slowly roll up one vertebra by vertebra until we come to standing. Oh, and here we are. Class is over. I'm joking. Okay, we got a little more to do. So go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back, and then roll your shoulders back. And let's stretch out through the front of our chest. And you can even kind of lean back a little bit and let your hands drop while you're looking up to the sky or even further back. And then go ahead and come back up and let that go. And then let's try just balancing on our toes from here. So see how it feels to just raise up on your toes. And it's hard. It's harder than it looks. Ballerina toes, I already lost it. So you can see how these balance poses create a lot of strength in your calves. It takes a lot of strength to do those things. And go ahead and let it down. Then take your arms wide and we'll twist to the right. You can kind of pulse it a little bit if you want to intensify that stretch. And then exhale, come back to the other side. And pulse that a little bit. Okay, and then hands come down. Let's take our right leg up and see if we can try that again. So we're twisting to the right. Left arm is forward, right arm is back. And your knee is lifted. Awesome job. That one's really hard. And place that down, and let's try the other side. So left knee comes up. Left arm is back, right arm is forward. And then go ahead and let that down. And balance is so weird because sometimes I do like really good and then sometimes I'm terrible. I don't know, it could be the time of day. For some reason in the morning I feel more stable and by the end of the day I'm wobbly. I don't know. So, all right, let's go ahead and do our first sun salutation A. So as a reminder, we go ahead and start with an inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And your hands can come to your shins or to the floor, whatever works for you. Exhale, fold, and then step back to plank. Now, as always, you can either drop your knees down to come down, or you can just lower down with your arms tucked into your chest all the way to the ground. And you can lay your body down on the ground and inhale, push into the mat, cobra, looking up. Exhale down, tuck your toes under, press up through plank and back to down dog. And you can always do that with your knees down if you need to. So here in down dog, let's press into our left heel and bend our right knee so that we're really focusing on stretching out that left side. And then let's switch Stretch into that right heel, bend your left knee, and then just come back to your regular down dog. And then walk your feet forward, in between your hands, halfway lift, exhale, fold, inhale all the way up, exhale, hands to your heart. So we'll do that again, except we'll add on a couple more poses. So inhale, arms up, exhale, fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. We'll step back to plank. Then let's go ahead and lower into chaturanga however you like to. Inhale, look up. You can either do cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back into down dog. In down dog, let's press our weight into our left foot and raise our right leg. And just bend that and let it open. And then exhale, pull it through between your hands and spin your heel down at a 45-degree angle. So we're kind of in this high lunge here. So this knee should be straight up and down and not forward like that. So if you find that your knee is forward, inch that foot forward a little bit more. And then press into your back foot and inhale and come up to warrior one. In warrior one, your hands are together, your hips are facing forward, and then exhale into warrior two, where we open our hips up, arms come out wide. This front leg, ideally, is at 90 degrees, so it's parallel to the ground. And it does take some practice to get to that, so you can always come up a little bit if you need and then go back down. And then exhale, left hand goes down your leg and lean your right arm back. And then exhale, hand down to the mat or to your knee. And then your left arm is over your ear. Extended side angle, either with your arm on your knee or on the floor. And then exhale, come back to that runner's lunge, and then step back into plank. We'll lower it down again into chaturanga or cobra. Exhale, up dog, and back to down dog. Just take a breath here, big deep breath, and just let it out. And then we'll move to the other side. So left leg lifts. You can open that hip up, pressing your heel down to the mat. And then look between your hands and exhale and tuck that knee into your chest so that you can place it in between your hands. And so we're here in the runner's lunge. Our back foot is at a 45-degree angle. And then press into your feet, raise your arms straight up. Warrior one, front leg is at 90 degrees. Exhale, open those arms. Warrior two. Take a big deep breath here. Remember, you can come up if you need to, but our goal is to have that parallel. Exhale, take your right hand down your leg. Left arm goes back. So it's a revolved pose. And then exhale, elbow to knee or hand to ground. And then right arm is over your ear, reaching towards the front. And go ahead and exhale. Place your hands on either side of that leg. Spin your back heel up. Back to runner's lunge. Back to plank. One more chaturanga. Up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take a big deep breath in down dog.
This is our resting pose. Your heels are going down to the mat. Bottom is pressing up to the ceiling. Then go ahead and look forward and start to walk your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. All right. So we're gonna do a couple more balancing poses. Sorry, my throat's getting really dry. So take a drink if you need to. I'm getting a little warm. I'll take my jacket off. So this will be our last salutation, but this one's gonna have a lot more balance in it. So go ahead and take your blocks to the front of your mat, because we might have to use those. Does everybody have a block?
There's one right here.
Do I need? Yes.
Not everybody needs one, and I think that's always. Oh, perfect, perfect. Sorry, guys. I need to bring more blocks next time.
Oh, fine.
Okay, and just place them at the front of your mat there. We'll have to see. Not everybody's gonna need them, you know, so it's hard to know, but we'll just go for it and just see what happens. So let's go ahead and inhale, arms up to the side. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then let's just step back to plank. And from here, we're gonna push up into down dog. I'm gonna skip that chaturanga for now. And then inhale, your right leg goes up to the sky. And then exhale, pull it through in between your hands. Now here, instead of spinning your heel down like you're used to doing, we're gonna keep that up. So press up, that foot, that heel is up off the ground. And this is definitely a balance pose. So you can see how it's a lot harder when you don't have that foot spinning down and you're balancing on that toe. And then as we exhale, let's lean forward and put our hand on our block. And we have our left leg lifted. So this is a version of Warrior 3. If you want to challenge yourself, the true Warrior 3 has your arms forward. It's pretty advanced, so you can keep your hands down. That's exactly what happens. It's all good. Now we're gonna exhale. Press firmly in your right hand into that block, or if you have, I hope everyone has one, and open your left arm up to the sky. So this is called half moon. We're balancing on our left leg. Our right leg, left arm is up to the sky. And just try it. If it doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. Just come back to Warrior 3 where both of our hands are down and our left leg is lifted. And then see if you can raise up without putting that leg down. Put it down if you have to, but it's so hard to do. You can't do it all the time. And then from here, let's just put our leg down. That didn't work for me. I swear I can do it at home, but I can't do it here. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. You never know. So from here, let's try just taking that left leg and pulling it into our chest as much as possible. And then play with putting your right hand on your hip and opening that leg. Jack is a superstar. And then pull it back in. Now here's the hard part, Jack. Extend that leg straight out and hold it. Ooh. That hurts. And then you can exhale and put that down. I feel like that one is so hard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and just do a little half salutation to get to the other side. So exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Back to plank. And then just to down dog. Alrighty, so we'll do the other side. So we're lifting that left leg up. And then see if you can tuck it into your chest and pull it in between both of your hands. And we're in our runner's lunge. And this is where we're gonna try to inhale and raise up without putting our foot down. And then your arms raise above your head. Take a breath here. This is a tough one. If your balance is hard here, you can make your feet further apart. Okay. From here, we're going to try to do that where we lean forward and to our blocks, and then kick that right leg up this time. So you can either stay here. This is that Warrior 3 variation. Or if you want to challenge yourself and extend your arms. And then put that left hand down on your block and open your chest up to the sky. So right arm is up to the sky. Right leg is parallel with the ground. This is half moon. And then exhale down to Warrior 3. And then we can try to pull that up, and I don't think it's gonna work. Try to keep that leg up and pull it. Oh, it hurt on this side for some reason. Awesome. Okay, take a breath. Put your hand on your hip and open that leg to the side. Keep breathing. And then bring it back to the center. And this is where we're just going to put both hands on our hips and extend that foot in front and try not to cry. And then you can go ahead and exhale and let that down. Oh.
I'm trying to rebound it. I'm a little top heavy still.
So I'm going to offer everybody, you can have a chair next to you if you need to, but I don't think we need to do all that.
Crash into it.
We can also always do these poses against the wall, which I should have probably offered from the beginning, but you know what? It's all good. Okay, so we're going to do just a couple more. Everyone knows this one. Everyone always gets pictures of doing this pose. So tree pose. So in tree, you can either put your foot against your calf, or you can bring it up higher on your leg. But first, I want you to make sure that you lift up your toes and kind of spread them wide and then place them down. So we want like a big, nice, strong foundation. And then think about like pulling your belly button in so that you're kind of supporting your core. And then you can go ahead and place that foot wherever feels right. So just make sure it's not on your knee. We don't want to hurt our knee. So you can either put it on your ankle or higher. And then you can clasp your hands in the middle of your chest. It's so much harder at night. I don't know. I'm telling you, balance is easier in the morning. And then if you want, you can exhale, arms up to the sky. And I am holding you here for a long time, I know, but we're trying to build a little bit of strength and stamina at the same time. All right, go ahead and exhale. So you guys feel that in your ankle, right? Like, I don't know, ankle, that's where I feel it the most. So those tiny little muscles are so important with your stability and your ankle health. You know, people that roll their ankles all the time, they have really weak ankles. So these balance poses are excellent for it. I swear it even kind of tones up your thighs. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know in like 6 months. Because, it takes that long. But, okay, so let's try the other side with tree pose. So again, lift up your toes, spread them wide, create a strong base. And also, a couple other tips. If you look on the ground in front of you at something that's not moving. If you look at moving things, it makes it really hard, but of course we're all moving, So you can try placing that foot wherever feels good. We can be wobbly trees, it's fine. It's all good. So you can put your hands wherever you want, at your chest, up high, kind of wherever feels good to you. And like for me, this side's easier. So you're gonna notice one side is a lot easier than the other side for some reason. Probably maybe that leg is stronger, I don't know. Whatever it is. Okay, let's go ahead and exhale and put that foot down. So let's see, I've got a couple more that I wanna try. Are your legs doing okay? Can we do a couple more balance poses? Okay, so let's do a quad stretch here. So you're basically just taking your right leg back and just see if you can catch it with your hand. If you got that, then you can take your other hand back and hold your foot with both hands. And try to balance there. And just don't look at anything that's moving. Don't look at Zach. Go ahead and let that go.
I started laughing.
Laughing is hard for balance. Okay, we'll try the other side. So don't forget to kind of pull in your stomach just a little bit, nothing crazy, but just to try to support your core, and that kind of helps. And also, if you kind of focus on not clenching your butt, but kind of firming up your butt as well, that can kind of help too. So let's go ahead and give this side a try and just see what happens here. So start with one hand first, and then, like I said, see if it helps support you if you kind of clench with your butt just a little bit. I don't know, helps me. And then try that second hand if it works for you. So we got a nice quad stretch going on, plus we're working on the strength in that ankle, that whole leg really, right leg. And don't forget to breathe. And then we'll go ahead and exhale with that one. All right, let's go ahead and do, we'll just do a quick little flow to get in some stretches, some pigeon, and stretch out some of those. We work our legs so hard, so now we gotta stretch them out a little bit. So let's go ahead and inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now it's up to you if you want to just go back to down dog or if you want to take chaturanga. Upward dog. When you're upward dog, the tops of your feet are on the mat. And then exhale, pushing back into down dog. From down dog, we're going to go ahead and raise that right leg and pull it through between our hands. And this time we're going to put that left knee down. So Zach, move, yeah. And then push that knee back, the one on the ground, push it back. So we want this front knee straight up and down. And you want to be able to look down and see your whole foot. Because if you're too far forward, that's really hard on your knee. So just try to make sure that's straight up and down. Now this stretch, you should feel this in the top of your thigh there, on your left thigh. So if you feel it there, you're probably doing that right. Now we're gonna do a little bit of balance here by pushing up and putting our hands on that knee. And you can kind of go deeper into that left hip. And if that's good enough for you, that's fine. Or you can inhale and raise your arms up and balance a little bit more. Okay, then exhale, hands come down. If you want to try a quad stretch here, you can lift up your right leg and then, left leg, and then reach back and see if you can. And sometimes it takes a strap here. You can always put a strap over that foot. And you don't even have to grab it. So even if you just pull it towards you. Okay, and then exhale down. Now let's take that right leg into pigeon. So kind of scoot your foot over so that your right shin is across your mat. We're farm girls, okay? You don't have to be crazy. So that right leg is across the front of your mat. Your left leg is straight back behind you. Look back and see if that left leg is straight. That's what you're going for. Now, if this is a little too intense, you can take that block and put it under your hip. If you're a little bit high up, that might be best for you. And then go ahead and inhale and kind of puff your chest up and look up. And then exhale, let's start to fold down. And just relax here for just a second. You can place your forehead on your hands and adjust any way that makes this comfortable for you. You shouldn't feel any pain in your knee. We have to be real careful that we don't tweak our knees here. Just breathe. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, so this is an excellent pose to do, especially when we've been doing all those balance poses that are so hard. So if you want to add, you can either stay where you're at, or if you want to try to add that quad stretch, you can bring that left leg up and pull it up. Now, to make it easier, you can put a block and push into a block so that you can add that quad stretch. And then exhale down. All right, let's come back up to that lunge. And then we're gonna push, come up to the high lunge, and then just push that leg back to plank. And then from plank, push back to down dog. And we're gonna do that on the other side. But just take a minute here to feel, like right now my right side feels super warm and stretched out, and it just feels a little bit different than that left hip. So just see if you notice any difference. Part of yoga is trying to see how one side's different from the other, and just kind of trying to even things out a little bit. So let's inhale, left leg goes up this time. And then look between your hands, bring that foot forward, and then go ahead and place the shin down on the mat. So we're back in that low lunge. Just remember, you want to see your whole foot. You want to feel that stretch all the way down the front. And then inhale, come up, put your hands on your knee, and just take a breath there. And then if you want to challenge your balance even more, you can bring your arms up and look up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Exhale, hands down. And then we can add that quad stretch if you want to. You don't have to. You just pull that right leg in and grasp the foot with your left hand, or use a strap, or skip it all together. Doesn't matter. And then let that go. And then we'll just kind of move that foot over to pigeon on the left side. So if you want to intensify the stretch, Your knee is like parallel with the front of the mat. If you want to make it less, pull it in and don't force anything here because that's not going to be good on your knee. So take a minute to just kind of make sure that feels right and look back to your leg and make sure it's straight back behind you. And then we can go ahead and fold forward here. Try to think about just melting that area where you feel it in your hip. Please use a block if you need to. This is not one that we want to overdo because that can hurt your knee. And every time you breathe out, just think about like letting go of any stress in the area that you're feeling it the most. And go ahead and push into your hands. And then if you did it on the other side, you can just add that quad stretch. And then just exhale, let that go. Press into your hands. Bring that foot back to plank. Pressing up into down dog. And just take a breath here for just a second. All right, let's go ahead and inhale and walk our hands forward to our walk your feet forward to your hands. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. And then just roll all the way up. Arms to the ceiling. Exhale to your heart. All right, let's do some wide leg poses here. So go ahead and take your legs, on the wide part of your mat. And let's start by, so your feet should just be straight, parallel with the sides of your mat. And then let's start by clasping your hands behind your back like we started at the beginning of class when we were sitting in hero pose. And then we're gonna fold forward and let our arms come over our heads. So we're just folding forward and letting those arms come wherever they go. So you should feel the stretch on the back of your legs and your hamstrings. But it's also a great stretch for your shoulders. And go ahead and inhale and just place your hands down in front of you. And let's put left hand right in the middle of your face and then exhale and open up your right arm. So your left hand is down, your right arm is up. And then we'll switch sides. Right hand is down, left hand is up. And then go ahead and put both hands down and then bring them to your hips and just press up to standing. And we're gonna do Michelle's favorite pose, goddess.
Oh, jeez.
This one is so fun.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Okay, so take your feet out a little bit more to the corners of your mat. And then put your hands here at prayer because we're going to be so nice and peaceful while we do this. And then just start to slowly lower down and like you're sitting in a chair that's not there. And you just hold this and pretend like you're anywhere but here and that it's not killing you. And so if you want to practice going lower, you can, or you can come up if you need to. And it's just the best, isn't it? Isn't it so fun? Okay, let's take our hands to our knees and just rest for just a second. So I want you to keep your legs that way, but press into your knees and drop your right shoulder. Oh, that feels good after that. And just stretch that right shoulder, and then it also intensifies the stretch through the right groin. And my back just popped, so that's great too. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, left shoulder's down. All right, now we're gonna try that goddess one more time, or you can try to come up on your toes on goddess and balance even more. So, good job, you guys. That's awesome. That's a really hard one. Okay, let your feet down. I'm so impressed with everybody. Yeah, that was so good. Oh my gosh, everybody! Wow,
That's just
that was awesome. I say we just go to Shavasana now, because that it's like mic drop. Good job. Good job. Okay, that distracted me. I don't even know what to do now. Okay, let's put our feet like hip width apart, and then see if you can slowly lower down and balance on your toes. You guys are some balancing fools. You are doing so good. That is awesome. Good job. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and sit down on our mats. Totally impressed. All right, we're gonna do Zach's favorite pose now. Boat, just for you, Zach.
Oh, no.
He loves this one as much as Michelle loves goddess. All right, so in boat pose, as always, we have different levels. So you can grasp behind, behind your knees here. And you can lean back, and you can just bring your feet straight up and balance there. Level 2 is you let go. Level 3 is the rock star over there.
I don't know why that's so easy. I can do this all day.
You have a strong core, that's why. Great job, great job. So whichever level works best for you. Now we're going to try to lower down and come back up. And lower down and come back up. Down, up, one more, down, up. Awesome job, awesome job. Okay, that's over with. I always know, like, when I get through that, I'm like, it's gravy now. I don't have to worry about anything else. That's the hard part, it's over. All right, guys, let's take our legs wide here and stretch out our inner groin, Jennifer's favorite. Calling everybody out tonight. Oh, that feels good after this. So let's just start by walking your hands forward a little bit just to see. You'll know when it's time to stop. And you know, you can take your block if you want, and you can put your head on it or whatever. You don't have to do any of that. Just sit here for a minute. Don't forget to breathe. This is one I could stand forever, so I'll go ahead and press back up. And then let's take our right hand and put it on the ground next to your right leg, and then lift up that left arm and take it over your ear. And you feel this lovely stretch all the way down that left side. Don't forget to breathe. And then inhale, come back up. We'll switch sides. So left arm is down by left leg, right arm is over that ear, and make sure that you're opening your chest kind of to the ceiling. You're not collapsing forward, you're opening up.
that feels good. Okay, and then let's try rotating your chest and just leaning towards that right leg. So it's more of a forward fold over that right leg. Inhale, come up, and we'll do that on the other side. And then inhale up there. So let's go over on our bellies. I don't think I've done this before with you guys. So I want to do a quad stretch here. I think everybody has probably done this in their life, where you just put your left arm across the top of your mat. You can put your head down on it and just pull on that right foot. So you feel that awesome stretch through your quad. And go ahead and let that go. Let's try the other side there. Left arm is cushioning your forehead, and right arm, left leg is being stretched out. And you can go ahead and let that go. And now we're just gonna do just a couple little back strengthening poses. So take your hands down by your side and raise your chest up, and then raise your feet up. So your hands are reaching back strongly, your feet are reaching strongly, and this works to really strengthen your low back and even your glutes a little bit. And then exhale, just put your forehead on your hands and rest for a second. Take big, deep breaths. Now we can try this again, except clasping our hands like we've done a couple times during class. So your hands are clasped behind your back and you're lifting up. Feet are up off the mat. Your hands are reaching down towards your butt. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath here. And then go ahead and exhale, let it down. And then we're going to try one more if you want. You can either repeat the one we just did, or you can grab your right foot and your left foot at the same time, and then lift your chest up and kick your feet into your hands. Good job, Zach. Great, great. It's a back bend here. And then exhale, let that down. Very good, very good. Since we're on our chests, on our stomachs, I want to do that broken wing pose. So take your arm at a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to start to roll over towards, towards. So you can press into the mat with your left hand, and you can bring your left foot kind of behind you and just go as far as you need to feel that stretch. It's really intense. But this is a great chest opener. If you lift a lot of weights, this is an awesome one to do, because sometimes it's kind of hard to stretch your pecs out. And go ahead and come back to center, and we'll try that on the other side. So left arm is at 90 degrees, pressing into your right palm, and taking that right leg behind you, only as far as feels good, and your head's down on the mat if that feels okay. It's pretty intense. Okay, come back to center here. And then let's just roll over on our backs. And we'll do that pigeon lying on our backs. So your left leg, your left leg is down on the mat. Take your right foot into your left hand and your knees at that 90-degree angle. And you can kind of just pull that down with your hand. And just kind of go back and forth and move it around until you feel that stretch in the right spot for you. Make sure your foot is flexed, and that kind of helps protect your knee there. And then we'll try that on the other side. Right hand is grabbing left foot. You can take your right hand and kind of pull against left hand and pull against your left thigh a little bit and bring it closer to your chest. Go ahead and let that go. And then we'll do one more pose before we do Shavasana. So happy baby is where you grab the outside of your feet. Your arms are on the inside of your knees. And you're grabbing the outside of your feet. And you're trying to press your tailbone down to the ground. And your feet are flat. And you can kind of pull down with your hands so you can get more of a stretch into your groin. And keep breathing. And then we'll go ahead and let that go. So for Shavasana, take your feet out to at least as wide as your mat, if not more. It's good to kind of like take up a lot of space here. And then roll your shoulders back and open your arms up, and your palms can be up to the sky. Take your arms wide like a starfish, and then you can go ahead and close your eyes. And as you lay here, every time you breathe out, just imagine your body melting into the mat. Just relaxing, letting everything go. Let's go ahead and wiggle our fingers and our toes. Start to wake up and come back to your body. Roll out your feet or your wrists if that feels good. And then you can bring one knee into your chest and then the other, and give yourself a little squeeze here. Both knees in. Give yourself a big hug here, and with your low back on the floor, kind of roll a little side to side. It's a great way to give yourself a little low back massage. And then go ahead and roll over to the right side and press yourself up whenever you're ready. And I want to thank you all for coming. That was
that was fun. That was a good time. So, yeah, I like to end every class by saying that the light in me sees all the light and good in you guys. So, namaste. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Best hours for